What's up? How's it going? And this is Derek. So today is Friday, September 29th, 2023. So I just want to do this quick little video. Oh, and don't mind the smoking behind me because that's incense right there. So my head isn't smoking. If anybody was wondering, my head's not smoking. I got incense in the background. But what's been on my mind, I just want to share openly, open-minded, open discussion talk for this video. I wanted to just talk, briefly on a few different things. So, no particular order, but just kind of sharing my quick thoughts. Um, so today, personally with me, today was a pretty good day today. Uh, you know, did work, uh, did work at 9 this morning, finished up about 2. Uh, Another successful, productive, good work day. Thankful to, have a job right now and thankful for, working with who I'm working with, being able to, you know, it don't really matter, but, just like as far as the people that I work with, just being grateful that, I'm, working for a guy that is genuine, down to earth, honest, yet stern, straightforward, no nonsense. I'm grateful to work, you know, work for, but work with Michael, and also work with Doc, two individuals who Michael, who I'm in employment with right now, but also working with Doc, who is like second in command towards just being able to work for work in the business of and everything. So I'm grateful for those two gentlemen. What what will be quoted as in those gentlemen's backgrounds. Overall, those gentlemen as old heads. I'm grateful and thankful for both of them. I'm truly blessed and thankful to know them at this point of my life right now. I'm just highly grateful and thankful, in this, part of my story right now. Um, so next, just want to touch briefly on just the whole scope of how things, how things are going right now based on, our society, us as, people, human race is basically, you know, we just we're living in the actual end times, you know whether you're a believer or not. The end times are here. We are going through them, going through the events or events, whether however you want to, whether singular, plural, whatever, of the end times of revelations. I mean, you don't have to be religious, or anything. You don't have to be someone who, is a believer or whatever. You just have to know, me personally, of course, if I haven't, directed this or pointed this out before. I'm spiritual. I'm not religious. I'm spiritual. But yeah, just in general, the passages from biblical text that yeah, we are living the end times right now. We are living in the book of Revelations right now. So basically, with that, man, it's just like, you have to really know what you're about, know who you are, know what you stand for, because this world of ours, our society, those people in power and everything like that, on all levels, mainly the higher levels being the government, you know, the media, you know, uh, you have to really know who you are and what you're all about and what you stand for, because they have so many twists and turns and throwing all kinds of stuff out there that if you get wrapped up in too much of that shit based on TV, what the media puts out there, what certain news broadcasting stations out there put out there, what the government is putting out there, what the government, media ain't telling you or whatever, or not showing you, is like, yeah, you have to really know what you're about, and you have to really be out there based on actually paying attention and living and seeing what's going on than what they're putting out there through TV and internet, through these screens that we're so accustomed to today. So you really have to know truly you personally what you are all about, what you represent, what you stand for. Because if you don't stand for yourself, then you'll fall for anything that's out there and going on right now today. You have to stand for yourself more so than ever moving forward. And you just have to stand for the right things. You have to stand for, with me personally, I stand for peace, love, and light. So peace enduring, love unconditionally, and light infinitely. So that's what I stand for. But yeah, man, you have to, because these times ain't getting any easier, and it's only through the trials that we're all facing, and we're in these end times, that the true measure of who you are as a human being, and as, in the case of anybody who recognizes themselves as a spiritual being first, beyond this human 3D experience that we're, uh, going through, the human 3D experience, which is the first life. Uh, yeah, man, you really have to know what you're about, and you really have to, you know, stay focused and attentive, be aware, but also just try and live life to the best that you can. So yeah, man. Uh, I just want to say that that with things, especially what I just recently, and being grateful and thankful, being able to talk to my younger brother here recently, my younger brother who's just 2 years younger than me, but we come from the same generation and everything, and we uh we flow pretty well together and everything, even though we're apart right now, at least apart physically, you know, but always together in spirit, always together in mind, and well, more so always together in spirit. But Yeah, I mean, uh, just briefly, just pointing, putting this out briefly is like, I just want to say that you have to definitely be aware, like be very attentive and aware of the people out here that you follow and or look up to. I mean, especially the younger generation, the young generation today. You have to, especially, everybody, whoever's watching this, that's a parent today, no matter what age you are, but if you're a parent and you have children of today, you have to be very, very, very highly aware and cautious of what your children, your kids are looking at based on who they're looking up to and who they're learning from in today's standards, because there's a lot of people out here in the positions of power and or whatever industry that they're in, that they're putting out a lot of things that are very harmful to your children, to your kid or kids. Very harmful. You have to be very, truly, highly aware and attentive of what your child, you know, what your legacy of your kids, what they're getting into, what they're watching, what they're taking in, because there's a reason why this new generation is so, as my head is like that, so out of whack, off balance, is because there's a lot of people, a lot of individuals out here, no matter the age, but of this modern day of today, that are putting things out there that are highly, highly uh, ill intent, even if it's not shown out there, like right there in your face. And a lot of times this stuff is in your face, or it could be masked, and you never know what the underlying details and or meanings are behind these certain things that aren't right. That if you can feel or sense these certain things that are being put out there based from these individuals, whether it's music artists or public service men and women, or entertainers, politicians. Like, you have to highly, highly be aware of what your child, what your kid or kids are looking at, what they're taking in, what they're learning from. Because uh, even before this time today, there's a lot of things out here, especially in the reality of our human existence, that there's a lot of things throughout history that have been so warped and corrupted and or twisted, that a lot of things that we think we know, that we've learned, are things that have been altered and or manipulated, and they have been uh, changed up in a perverted way, that we think, as keeping this simple, thinking of it like this, like right is wrong, but wrong is right, left is right, but right is left. Just keeping it simple like that. You really have to look and understand. Well, you really have to meditate and see and understanding between that whole opposites of things, that those things have been changed up, warped from what we think we know, what we grew up to learn, that is actually wrong. So you have to really be attentive and really be sound and be able to also reflect back on things of what has been somewhat accounted in history, but like I said, there's a lot of things throughout history that has been so warped and changed and corrupted that we put in history books and whatnot that it's not all true. A lot of things are not all true than the that have been accounted in history books and or writings of history and whatnot, or what we put out there on TV and or movies. Now, some of that stuff, like through TV and movies, some of that stuff, the creators for the TV and movies, for some of those history things, some of that stuff, what they put into the TV and or movies are actual things that might be some things that are actual some truths that are apart from history books or what has been written down, that are actual truths than what we think we know or what we have been taught to learn of histories, right? So yeah, man. I mean, you know, like, keeping this short and sweet, an example of what I mean too is like, for an example, like the culture that I was born into, this face, this ethnicity, race background, that the black culture, a lot of things, if not the majority of things, especially out here of the western side, but heck, in the sense of, a global sense, that a lot of things have originated, truly the true origins of a lot of things that have branched out into other cultures, that have created other cultures, actually comes from black, from, the black background, black people, a lot of things. It's just throughout history, a lot of that shit has been covered up and or warped and or taken over by the other, by or in a case, the peoples out there from those eras ago. Really don't matter what culture. We're not gonna get into no race type of thing, because humanity should be one race. But yeah, like in general, a lot of things have been taken away and or warped and or erased and or changed, that a lot of things, if not the very sense of, you know uh, human civilizations, that the base of all bases of, people, of cultures, that, the main culture, and at least, background and whatnot, the origins of a lot of things, especially a lot of things that we know of our understanding of our lives, you know topics, subjects, everything like that, inventions, technologies, are actually stem and or originate from black people. I mean, black people straight up. I'm not trying to be big headed, and I'm not trying to, be uh uh haughty and or prideful or anything like that, based on this whole focus or understanding. But literally, a lot of things that you know of, us as a peoples actually originates and stems from black people. I mean, a lot of things, if not just keeping this simple, at least like nine times out of 10, a lot of everything like stems and or comes from black people. So yeah, man, just want to briefly put that out there, and just, anybody who watches this, try and just at least be open-minded and really think, and really be more aware and conscious, and try and do your research, because yeah, man. And that's why I say, races, we should all be one race, but not of not of, when I'm talking about black people, not, no, there shouldn't be any type of classifications and or uh branches, or we are all one race. As human beings, we should all just be one race, but we make things so complicated of our existence, having to categorize and define things all the fucking time, that it makes life so much more harder and not as simple as it should be, and a lot of things that are just of natural life. So yeah, man. I just had to quickly just note that and put that out there as well. And just like I said, whoever listens, who's willing to listen, just try and be open minded and try and take yourself apart, from yourself, any ignorance that you are starting to feel, or you think, or whatever, anything that you're not too clear on, just try and be open-minded and just be willing to learn. Like, just be willing to take the time to at least look into some things. So yeah. But lastly, I just want to kind of wrap things up with this video. Is like, I'm not anybody like special. I'm not anybody like, you know, serious and or, worthwhile on, who I am. I mean, I'm grateful and I'm appreciative and I love who I am. But as far as like the open scope of me out there to other people, I'm nobody special. I mean, I might be in some senses like special to my family, but as far as anybody outside of family, and that it couldn't really could really could not be, could be possibly not all of my family, but you know I'm nobody special. I'm just a guy just trying to you know live, see through my story, and hopefully live a pretty quality existence. That's it. But yeah, I just hope, and I'm just briefly in like, you know, like manifesting. I just hope, just putting this out there, that I can live more fully in my purpose of what I was created and called into this life to fulfill and to see through. That I can live a quality and blessed but healthy, sound life for the rest of however much life I still have left of this life, of this human existence. And I just hope that I can know what a true, you know, grounded, humbled, peaceful, unconditional love, balance of light and dark, of knowing, my other half, my missing rib, knowing what that experience, knowing what that's like. Because I haven't had any type of experience at all with with at this point of who I am, where I am in my life, being a young adult, being, currently, as of documented of this video, being 31 years old. I have not ever had the experience of having a girlfriend, having any type of intimacy with a woman, you know, apart apart from, the balance familial relationships with my the women of my family, but outside of my blood, just haven't had any type of experience fully with a woman, or having a significant other, girlfriend. Yeah. So, and I've tried, of course. I'm always trying, but I guess my story is quite different and or unique, of course, especially in that aspect of my story. But I just hope that soon, continuing my story, that I can finally know and have the experiences of being with a significant other, a love, to have a lover, to have a better grasp of a lot of like what these, what music and these songs from music artists are truly, truly, fully about when it comes to the whole focus of love in all its many layers and forms. So, yeah, I hope to experience that before my time is done in this life. All right, I'm just going to end it here. I don't want to have this video go on too much longer. So, thank you, everyone who gets a chance to watch this particular video. I thank you for allowing me to speak and convey my thoughts out there for this particular day. And I hope everyone is safe, blessed, healthy, doing their best, and always striving to keep moving forward, never giving up, no matter what, and living your life the way you want to live it, and to live your story the way you would like to have others, or just mainly you, live out your story. So take care, love always, no matter what, and be blessed. All right.